Okay, let me preface something real quick. I have no problem with Dragon Ball. There are things that you love that I don't like. Avatar.
Sure.
For sure. That's one of the things that you love that I'm just like, nope, not really big on that. I saw it and I don't like it. Dragon Ball is one of those things where like I had friends who were into it. I'm totally cool with it. I like the idea of it. I have no problem with it. I just don't know a damn thing about it.
Sure. Okay, well let's talk a little bit about Dragon Ball.
Okay.
And the things that I haven't been keeping up with are probably going to show through because there's a lot of lore there, and I used to be fully up to date, but then they started making new episodes and whatnot.
Okay.
Anyway, Dragon Ball, they're making these new statues. Banpresto is a company. They're sort of a subsidiary of Bandai, I believe, and they're making these very cool statues.
Ooh.
They're like PVC statues, gorgeous sculpting. This is called the World Figure Coliseum. And what's really interesting about this, I've heard the name on weird Japanese hobby sites and stuff, but these are basically they're fan sculpted. Like they're basically they have a contest for sculptors to make these figures. And then they have fans vote on it, and whatever gets voted to the top gets actually put into production, which is like a pretty cool way of going about it because it's not just like some guy whose job it is to make Dragon Ball figures.
You could kill a man with this guy's hair.
Yes, you
that's
could.
How.
And
that's how
you could kill it off also with his fist. So this is Gohan.
Okay.
His dad
Gohan.
His dad is His dad is Goku. Here's
what?
Goku.
That's his son?
Yeah, this is his son. They're also not to scale really.
What does this spell? All these letters?
That's just a bunch of letters. Doesn't really matter.
Is he like the Riddler?
No. I think that's actually that's the guy who trained him to do martial arts magic. That's actually his trainer's shirt.
Does he fight in sandals like that?
No, this is actually based off of just a random drawing. That's one thing I really love about
Beach
this series.
Gohan? So why is he wearing jeans at the beach?
I don't know.
Is he
Sometimes,
never
I don't know.
nude?
He's probably gonna do some Jack Johnson covers. I don't know, dude. Like
Okay.
he's,
This is his son?
That's his son. Yeah, his son became Super Saiyan level 2. He's the first person to ever do that. He went Super Saiyan level 2 and he beat Cell.
Is he proud of him?
He's very proud of him, but
That's
he's
good,
also.
huh?
You showed me a statue of Goku with angel wings and a halo, and you're like, "Hey Max, I got some bad news. Goku's dead." And I was like, "Brian, you know that Dragon Ball Z is mostly about Goku being dead." Like
I did not know that. I had no idea.
Yeah, I mean, if you watch Dragon Ball Z, you know that, and I was like, "Oh, that's kind of a good point." That I realized I spent probably an entire week of high school going home to find out what was happening on Dragon Ball Z, and there was a week where Goku spent every episode having a heart attack.
You could actually tenderize chicken with this man's hair.
You probably shouldn't. Anyway, these run about like $30-$40, depending on I think which ones you get. I actually kind of appreciate that they're not all just like locked in at the same price point.
Who's this?
This is actually
Is that Mega Man's sister?
Close
Mega
enough.
Woman?
Close enough. This character is, depending which localization you watch, it's either called Launch or Lunch. I've always called her Lunch because most people in Dragon Ball are named after food items. But she's a bank robber, criminal woman who will sneeze and become like the nicest person in the world, or vice versa.
Is she still one of those like weird Donald Duck like rideable quarter machine things from outside of like a supermarket?
No, like Toriyama just has really weird vehicles in his designs. That's what I really like about this series though, is that they will take like drawings from some weird old Dragon Ball like comics and stuff and just makes really realistic statues of them. And
now on the show, does it always say Dragon Ball underneath everything?
It says at the beginning of every episode, it says Dragon Ball.
So the
But they
title.
have like a 3-minute song before that, and everyone's running and jumping, and there's all sorts of fire everywhere.
Because a lot of this stuff says Dragon Ball on it.
Now I want to ask you, what do you think? What do you think this character is?
Oh man, he's some sort of sick sumo magician.
So this is Majin Buu.
What?
Like if you had to guess what sort of like he's sort of a magician, you're not too far off. But
Okay.
like as like a magical deity, what kind of a creature would you think he is?
I would say he's like a wish genie, but
Wow.
he only does like one wish.
He's actually kind of a genie. He's like an evil genie who comes out of this.
He's evil?
He's an evil genie.
Why doesn't he wish for his body to be better?
So he actually, that's a long, complicated
Why is he wearing
thing.
oven mitts? He's wearing those like chemical cleaner gloves.
I don't really know.
I think he does a lot of dunks in this bag that he wears.
I pretty much almost guarantee that. So the weird thing about him.
Oh, look at that! His turds are here now.
You keep making all these weird assessments of Dragon Ball, but Dragon Ball's fundamentally pretty silly. You held this up and you're like, is that a cookie? And look at underneath here.
Oh!
Yeah.
Is that a cookie?
That's a cookie.
Is that Ganon?
No, that's close. That's Dabura. Who's a man who this guy will take his head, which actually pops off.
Does this
here.
dude know he's standing on a cookie? Because I feel like he'd
I think that was a weird sort of like little inside joke they did here. But
oh, he would be so happy.
look
if
at
he
it.
knew
He's
there
got
was
his evil face.
He's a big hungry boy. Oh, that's good.
But he takes his weird his little proboscis up here, his little pointy thing, and he'll point it at stuff. and he'll turn it into things. He'll turn people into cookies. He actually goes around and does like mass murder. He goes around the earth and he just turns everybody into candy and eats them.
That's like a bad Jesus.
Sort of?
Yeah.
I mean, kind of.
Jesus turned water into wine, and Majin Jin turns men into cookies.
Yeah, he turns a lot of people into cookies.
I know what I'm doing up here.
Anyway, this is...
another chicken tenderizer.
Yeah, good old chicken tenderizer. So this is Brawly. Dragon Ball is confusing in that there's the main story, which kind of makes sense if you follow it straight through. And then there are the movies, which sort of retell stuff from the TV show or the stories, but kind of shuffles them around. Brawly is a character who... I think only exists in the movies. He might have shown up in Dragon Ball Super, which is the new show that I'm totally behind on. I think he does because they have blue hair now. I don't fully understand that. But basically, Brawly is this, he's this Saiyan, he's a spaceman who got left on a planet by himself and just became like very crazy strong. He's like caveman strong on this funny place. Whereas these fine folks, they grew up on Earth and they're nice and that's why they appreciate stuff like shirts and jeans.
He's wearing his necklace and his belt and they're the same thing.
Pretty much, yeah. It's kind of unclear where that all came from.
What's going on back here? So was he walking on the beach and he's like, it's hot and I gotta take off my shirt?
You know what? A lot of times in Dragon Ball, the clothes just get so worked up that their clothes will just explode off their bodies.
What about his shoes? They look like Tom's.
I don't know what's going on with the shoes.
For every pair you buy, they will donate another pair to another nonsense-ass Dragon Ball character.
They do wear a lot of stupid little boots.
These are really well-made figures, even if I don't understand them.
Yeah, these are really cool though. They also do, in this same line, they do One Piece, which is a series I know zero about. Here's Luffy,
is this Goku's son too?
No, close enough. He's
Let's
like
pretend it is.
So I don't. Now this is the part where you can make fun of me. I don't know a damn thing about One Piece. I believe it's about a boy who gets the powers of gum and can stretch his body around and is also a pirate. Don't know if that's right.
That's good.
And then this is, I think, Lonnie. She's also, it's weird because she's like, they're not to scale at all, which is readily apparent by like, look at that.
That's like the opposite of when women date you.
That looks like you and your wife.
Yeah, if I had hair.
Yeah, fair enough.
So what's going on with this lady? What did she step in?
I don't. No, that's like
trap?
that's like a funny, like a stand thing. It looks like a trap. Looks like a weird, like a.
Don't show that up there.
Oh yeah, I probably shouldn't do that.
Don't show up
Sorry,
there.
It's a family show.
Don't go in that part.
It all clips off. Anyway, this whole thing, they're taking this whole contest of like fan sculpted stuff that gets voted on and everything, and they're bringing it internationally. And they're going to be at New York Comic Con, basically showing off all these sculpts made by people around the world, and people are going to be voting on them, and they're going to be announcing the winner of this big contest. I'm really excited to check that out. They always have like a crazy big booth on display. If you want to check out some of the other figures from this big, huge, weird line, they are Banpresto WFC on Twitter, and just, I don't know, they're great. I thought they were way more expensive than they are, but most of these are like 20, 30 bucks on Amazon. So
yeah, these are really well made, and I love the idea of taking like fan submitted artwork and sort of legalizing it.
Thank you for watching our video about Dragon Ball. If you want to see some more Dragon Ball, we got really excited about Dragon Ball FighterZ at E3 this year. Watch us be excited, and if you enjoy things about anime, check out the Super Nintendo game based on Akira that almost came out in 1994.